Have you ever felt like you're watching your life unfold? That somehow you lost control? Between the to-do lists and the routine, you lost your sense of agency in the everyday. We often seek radical change as a radical solution. But what if it's the micro shifts in time and space that actually heal us? Let me introduce you to microadventures. So the term microadventure was first coined by the British adventurer Alastair Humphrey, and he defined a microadventure as a local escape that could be done from your 5 to 9, so between when you finish work and get back to the office the next day. He specified that it was not a dilute form of adventure, but more concentrated, distilled, like a shot of espresso. But for me, microadventures have become something much more important. It's been a way for me to reconnect with myself, but also has become a powerful tool to help me become unstuck. How so? Let me explain.
Well, before we dive into how, let me share something personal with you. My name's Una, and for as long as I can remember, I've been drawn to the outdoors. I've travelled to faraway places, chased thrills in the mountains, and taken risks most people would avoid. I'm always chasing more, but the problem with wanting more is the hit you receive when you don't succeed. Over the last couple of years, I failed. Big time. I stalled on every level of my being. I grew bitter, stuck, numb. With no job and no direction, I began to ache. And I so desperately searched for comfort. But the more I tried to feel better, the worse I felt. We live in a world that constantly demands perfection, but also numbs us with distraction. When we don't feel good enough, we reach for comfort. But that comfort can trap us. And so, haunted with dark thoughts and chronic loneliness, I asked myself, how do I fix this? And that's when the magic of microadventures showed up. It is so easy to scroll through adventure creators and glamorize the extraordinary. They push the limits, and as social beings, we're wired to compare, to measure ourselves against the highlight reels of other people's lives. But that's the beauty of microadventures. They're not about doing the most, they're about doing something. A microadventure invites you to use what you already have, to try something new or rediscover something old. It's the first step, the first domino, the thing that nudges your soul enough to get it moving again. For Alastair Humphrey, it was a night outdoors. But for me, a microadventure is any moment when I reconnect to the wild world around me and to something inside myself. I was first inspired to explore the idea by Goth Babe music. He speaks about how movement feeds creativity and drive, and that the modern comforts of today make us lazy, but it's friction, that little resistance from discomfort and motion that breaks the spell. And I agree, because that friction is what helped me begin again. Here are the microadventures that kickstarted my recovery. With each microadventure, I started to feel a little bit more like myself. Not the person always chasing more, but the person who could be right there in the moment. As I built momentum with small actions, my motivation returned. So I got in the car and I drove to the heart of France and rediscovered my love for exploration. I think the whole purpose of microadventure is just to realize that everything starts with a small step. So, if you've also been feeling stuck, just start small. Take one micro step into the wild. Your microadventure doesn't have to look like anyone else's. It just has to be yours. And maybe one day, you'll look back, like me, and realize you're no longer watching your life unfold. You're living it again, one microadventure at a time.